Hi, I'm Sue Phillips, and I'm so delighted to be here today for our talk. Oh, it's not on yet. Oh, it is. Hello, everybody. I'm Sue Phillips. I'm delighted to be here again on Talk Shop Live. And tonight we have a very important and serious message to tell you. You know, our sense of smell is our most powerful sense. And many people have actually lost their sense of smell because of COVID. I don't know how many people watching tonight will have lost their sense of smell, but I'm here to tell you that our sense of smell is our most powerful. And it is devastating when people lose it. So I have started to think about how to help people regain their sense of smell through COVID and after COVID, and in fact have helped over 100 people regain their sense of smell. So people don't really realize this, and none of us really think about how important our sense of smell is until we've lost it. So from the second we're born, we smell. It's an automatic response. We recognize as babies our mothers smell, and babies can relate to their mothers because of their powerful sense of smell. And we go through life not even thinking about it, not thinking about how important our sense of smell is when unfortunately we lose it. There's a reason why the expression smell the roses is important, because we need to take time to literally smell the roses. So I'm here to tell you tonight that we're talking about how important our sense of smell is. Hello, Angela. How nice to see you. Thank you so much. I love you too. Thank you for coming on. Please tell some people to come on. We'd love to talk to you about this important subject. So, I wrote my book, The Power of Perfume, which is all about our sense of smell and how important it is. Because at the time of COVID, um, many people suddenly lost their sense of smell. And I was asked to see if I could actually help a long hauler regain her sense of smell. And the idea was that I was able to help her through my fragrance journey. Now, these are the perfumes that we have, and I'm going to show them to you one by one. So, for those who are just coming on, Angela, thank you so much for saying hello. Caroline, where's the best place to spray perfume? I will tell you. And Juliet wants to know, how do I get the just right amount of fragrance? I feel like I'm always putting on too much or too little. Well, I'll answer all those questions for you. Um, and Phoebe, hello, Phoebe. It's nice to see you. So, this is the fourth time I'm on Talk Shop Live. I'm delighted to be here again and so happy to see all of you. We're talking about the power of perfume, how important it is, and how it can really make you feel confident and sexy and sensual and uplifted. And, you know, if you can't smell, you really can't socialize, because people love to go out for dinner, for lunches, for coffee, for breakfast, for celebrations, and everything is related around food and socialization. So if you can't enjoy food and you can't enjoy the flavor and the fragrance of food, people opt out and they don't want to partake of it. So we're talking tonight about how important our sense of smell is. And we have people here to say, Angela, how nice to see you. And Lauren, how wonderful to see you again. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be building a community on Talk Shop Live. I love this platform. I love to talk to people, and I love to really help people understand how important our sense of smell is. So I'm going to answer a couple of questions. Caroline says, "What's the best place to spray perfume?" Well, honestly, perfume rises. You know, what happens is we all know that heat rises. And when you spray your perfume on your pulse points over here, and over here and over here and over here, the fragrance rises. And so it really involves you and it envelops you. So I used to go to Paris very often on business, and the perfumers always used to say, "Where do you wear the fragrance?" And they said, "We've been wearing perfumes for centuries. We know that the fragrance rises as the body heat warms the fragrance. And you want to be enveloped in your beautiful perfume, oui?" I said, "Oui." She said, "So you apply the fragrance from the bottom up at the ankles. So when you wear the long skirts, the swishing of the skirts makes the fragrance rise behind the knees, in between the thighs, in the bosom area, at all the pulse points, and wherever you want to be kissed." She said, "What do the Americans do? A spritz here and a spritz here. Who do they attract? The birds and the clouds." So wear fragrance from the bottom up, at the ankles, behind your knees, in between the thighs, at all the pulse points. And the reason we say pulse points is because this is where the blood basically pulsates, and this is where the warmest part of the body is, at the pulse points. So the pulse points at the wrists, at the nape of the neck, and also some other areas in between your bosom area, and also from the bottom up. So I hope that helps you, Caroline. And let's see, Juliet says, "How do I get just the right amount of perfume? I feel like I'm always putting on too much or too little." You know, one of the reasons that people sometimes either put on too much or too little is because you want to layer your fragrance. For instance, use your body like a canvas, and you want to put your fragrance and spray your fragrance on your body. Now, if you use soap or gel or lotion and they're all scented, those fragrances are going to overpower your perfume. So you don't want your beautiful, expensive perfume to be overshadowed or overpowered by a lotion or a gel or a soap. So my suggestion is wear unscented soap, unscented lotion, and unscented gel, so that you still get a lovely, clean, moisturized body, but then your fragrance can adhere to your beautiful, moisturized, unscented canvas or your body, so that your perfume takes center stage. I hope that makes sense to you. Um, let's see. Uh, I did not know about the pulse points. Makes complete sense. Thank you, Samantha. And are your perfumes rollers? No, I don't have perfume rollers. I actually have sprays, beautiful sprays, and I'll show you the sprays. They are lovely, um, what's the word? Refillable atomizers, and I'll show these to you. Thank you, Kim. So these are actually what we have. We call them twist and swivel. So they are twist and swivel, and they open and they are this. And so they come like this. They twist and they swivel. And we have them in different sizes. And so we can show this to you. So we actually have had rollerballs. We do have rollerballs, but right now we like to do these different atomizers. We call them refillable atomizers. And so here's Joe. How emotional have you seen people get when you help them regain their sense of smell? Joe, that is such a great question. You know, um, people get very, very emotional. And the reason they get emotional is because our sense of smell is our most powerful sense. It connects memory and emotion. So as we grow up and as we go day to day, and you land up smelling something, sometimes it'll stop you dead in your tracks, and you can trigger an emotion and a memory that might make you think of a loved one, a certain association in an event, past love, maybe a girlfriend or a boyfriend or somebody you've had a relationship with, and suddenly a memory and an association. Now, when people can't smell, they can't get that emotion. They can't really get that feeling of, my goodness, it's so powerful. So let me show you our scent kit. So this is the scent kit that we've developed. It has 18 fragrances, and each fragrance is a perfume on its own. And it goes from 1 to 9 and then 10 to 18. And each of these perfumes is a beautiful perfume on its own. And they span the entire olfactive palette. So we have the first one, which is all the light. So we go from light to medium to the darker ones. So the first fragrances are the light ones, like citrus. So the first fragrance is the citrus, which is right this one, number one. And I'm going to find the number one blotter strip, which is here. And it is light and bright. It is very, very uplifting. And oh gosh, this is so amazing. This is the citrus. Now, if you go onto TalkShop Live, you'll actually see all my ingredients on TalkShop Live. So you'll see the citrus, and it is light and bright and refreshing and effervescent and sparkling. I call it my sparkling citrus, and it's beautiful. And then we'll go on to the second one, which is the green. And they all have matching blotter strips. All the blotter strips are numbered, and they are actually named and numbered, and so you can evaluate them and see them. So the first few are, oh, this is green. This is like green grass, green leaves, green tea, and a hint of hyacinth. And this is very, very lovely. It's really a beautiful, fresh, sparkling green. And I love this. So this is the green and then the citrus. So we go throughout all of them. And this is the kit. And it comes with all the blotter strips, matching blotter strips in the top. And we have 18. So we have the citrus, the green. Then we have something called aldehydic, which is very much like Chanel number 5. It's very powdery. It's very floral. It's got a lovely powdery feel. Then we have the number 4, the fruity. This fruity is a luscious fruity note. It's got strawberries and berries and luscious pomegranate and just delicious and so full of luscious edible notes. Ideal actually for summer. And as we go through the scent healing program and the scent healing protocol, people learn to smell with their brain. Now, when you've lost your sense of smell, it's very hard to even try and recall the fragrances. So what we do is we take them on a scent healing journey, and they actually do regain their sense of smell. It's amazing. So we start with the light ones. So we have the citrus, the green, the aldehydic, the fruity. Then we start on the florals, and this is the fresh, the light ozonic, which is very airy and ozonic and very much like walking on a beach and smelling those salty sea air, which is just refreshing and delicious and very energizing. And then we go to the fresh floral, which is the number 6, fresh floral. And then we go into a beautiful rose floral. The rose is very interesting because it's not an old lady's rose. You know, so many people say to me, Sue, we just don't like rose. Now, how did rose get such a bad rap? And I will explain to you. I'm reading all your notes. Thank you for coming. So rose, it used to be our mothers and our grandmothers would wear a face powder that had a rose ingredient. So when you kissed your grandmother, or you kissed your mother or your grandmother or great-grandmother, you would smell that ingredient of a rose powder. So that was where the association comes with rose, old lady, and it's a shame because rose fragrance is a beautiful ingredient. It is beautiful, feminine. It's the symbol of femininity, and it's sensual. And so my rose, my number 7, which is my rose floral, I call it an exotic rose floral. It's amazing. It's got cognac and clove and a hint of violet leaf. So it's modern, it's exotic, and it's incredibly feminine. And interestingly enough, a lot of men happen to like it. I don't know how many of you watch SWAT, SWAT, the TV show, but an actor, Oba Babatunde, loves my rose floral, and he made a whole video about it. So then we continue the eight. Number eight is the floral, a beautiful jasmine and ylang ylang, just a beautiful white floral. And then the number nine is the gardenia. I call it heady floral, which has got a beautiful, sensual, sexy, heady gardenia floral. So those are the 1 to 9. And I'm going to just stop and say hello to people, and then I'll continue. So we have, hello everybody, I'm Sue Phillips. I'm so happy to be here tonight. Talk Shop Live again. We're talking about my perfumes and our scent healing kit for anybody who has lost their sense of smell because of anosmia. So Alex says, do you wear different fragrances for different occasions? What's the best scent for different time in our life? Absolutely, Alex. It's so important. Look, when you get dressed up and you go to a fancy dinner and we want to wear a beautiful evening gown, or gentlemen are in black, tuxedos, and you're feeling glamorous and sexual and sensual and sexy. You want to feel that way. You're not going to go to a fancy dinner in sneakers and shorts. No, you dress up. So you want your fragrance to match the occasion. If you're going to be out of casual sporting afternoon on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon at a football game or outside at the beach, you don't want anything too heavy. So yes, definitely fragrances can be used for different occasions and for different situations in our life. Lee wants to know, are these travel sizes? Yes, they are definitely travel sizes. We have the silver and we have the gold and the black in travel sizes. These are amazing because they do travel. They twist and swivel. And we have them in the 10 ml. And then we have these in our 20 ml. These are all very great. They're refillable. They are recyclable, and they fit in a handbag or in a man's gentle pocket, and they are ideal for any and all occasions. And I love the fact that they are so ergonomic. I really don't like to have anything that we have to throw away in terms of out of packaging. So we have lovely sachets as well. So we have the small size, the silver, the gold, and the black in the 10 ml. And then we have these larger sizes in the black, the rose gold, the black and gold, and the black. And so tonight we're also talking about our scent kit. The packaging of the kit is amazing. Thank you, Lee. So I want to continue with the kit because this is really important. So you get 18 beautiful, high quality, natural ingredients. These are all my perfumes, the 18 beautiful perfume blends that I've created. They come with matching blotter strips. You can see them here. And the reason we use blotter strips is it's the most neutral way of smelling fragrance. I could put them on my wrist and we can go all the way up my wrist. And then if I give it to you to smell, you're going to smell my fragrance and my body chemistry. So that is why we use blotter strips. Every perfumer will use the blotter strips. It's just plain sort of blotter paper. We dip it into the perfume, and it's the most neutral way of smelling and evaluating fragrance. And then when the fragrance dries down, you actually have the lingering ingredient on the blotter strip. So you're able to evaluate the fragrance for the actual ingredient and fragrance for what it is. So let's see. Chloe says she loves rose. I'm so happy you do. I love rose too, and I love my exotic modern rose because it's just a vibrant, exotic, wonderful modern rose. So what were other celebrities? What other celebrities were your fragrances? Well, I have created fragrances for many celebrities: Jamie Foxx, Katie Holmes, Zendaya, Susan Sarandon, the late Cicely Tyson, who was wonderful, and many, many others. Oba Babatunde, Lawrence Fishburne. Celebrities are just like us. They want something beautiful. They want something that reflects their personality and their individuality. And I'm so happy that I've been able to create fragrances for many celebrities, and also we do corporate events and team building events. So I want to get back to my scent healing kit. So this kit can be used both for just evaluating fragrances and also to really help people understand the power of perfume. So I went through the first nine, and the first nine, they come in this lovely little bottles of perfume, and the matching blotter strip, which is in this little area, and a whole guide of what the blends are, the number 1 to 18. So the first three are the light, bright citrusy notes. This is the citrus, the green, the aldehydic. Then we have the fruity, the ozonic, the fresh floral, the rose floral, the floral, and the heady floral. So we call those top notes and middle notes. And now we're starting on the sort of deeper, more robust, deeper, darker, dry down and base notes. So the number 10 is spicy. So this is very exotic. This is like sitting at a fireplace, sipping mulled wine and drinking a glass of mulled wine at the fireplace, covered with your blanket, and just having a beautiful, warm, cozy, relaxing evening at the fireplace. That's the exotic spicy, and it has notes of ginger, cinnamon, cardamom, and just lovely spicy notes: ginger, cardamom, nutmeg, cinnamon, all those delicious spicy notes. It's almost like going to a spice bazaar. Then the number 11 is our sandalwood. Sandalwood is really beautiful. It's a great outdoor, natural sandalwood fragrance. Our sandalwood actually comes from India. It's a beautiful, warm sandalwood. In the Middle East, they are very into oud, bahar, and all these spicy, woodsy, uh, very robust fragrances. And sandalwood is a beautiful, clean, but sensual fragrance. And my sandalwood is actually from India. It's warm, it's sensual, and it's just a beautiful outdoor natural fragrance that can be used by men and women. Then we have number 12, which is my balsamic vanilla. So vanilla is one of the most sought after and loved ingredients because people love the way vanilla smells. As a child, our parents might give us vanilla cookies, vanilla candy, vanilla ice cream. And so when people think of childhood memories, what happens? Their association is childhood, wonderful experience, happiness, comfort, being with our parents. And so it's a wonderful vanilla. And this is the balsamic vanilla. My balsamic vanilla actually comes from Madagascar. It's the finest Madagascar vanilla. And it's a beautiful, smooth ingredient. My vanilla actually comes with tonka bean and vanilla. Let's see if anybody is asking me anything. Yes, I'll tell you about my book, Leah. Thank you. I love all your questions. Thank you so much. So I'll interrupt for a minute and tell you that my book is called The Power of Perfume. Here it is right up here. And it is a book which I have written, and it is a compilation of so many articles that I've written over the years, and it's got great pictures of the celebrities I've met with. You can see some of the celebrities there. It's called The Power of Perfume: How to Choose It, Wear It, and Enjoy It. And it's a fun read. It's not very difficult and cumbersome. Every chapter has a nice uh, theme, whether it's how to wear your fragrance, whether it's what's the difference between perfume, eau de parfum, eau de toilette, eau de cologne, fragrance through the decades, why certain fragrance represents certain decades, And so it's a fun book. It's a really great book, and I hope you get to read it. We've had wonderful reviews on it. It's available on Amazon. Of course, it's available here on Talk Shop Live. And I'm very happy to hear from you. Okay, let's see. So, oh, Emily wants to know, how did I get my start in fragrance? Well, you'd have to read the book. I got my start in fragrance really working for Elizabeth Arden. And they loved the fact that I could stand up in front of people and speak, because I'm from South Africa. And I was actually going to be a singer and an actress. And I started out singing and acting. And then because at the time I didn't have my green card and I wasn't a member of the unions, it was very difficult. So I went to interview at Elizabeth Arden, and they loved the fact that I could stand up in front of people and speak, and they thought I'd be really good in training. And I said, training what? And they said, training the people behind the counter all about fragrance. So I had to go to have my orientation at Macy's in New York City, and I observed how the clients were asking about fragrance. We had to give them information about fragrance and how fragrance fits with them, the top notes, the middle notes, the dry down, giving them all kinds of product knowledge and product information. And it was wonderful that we were able to understand and observe. And so for me, learning about fragrance was literally on the job. I then finished my orientation, and then I would travel around the country doing training seminars. And I would light beautiful candles and have beautiful music and really talk about the ambiance of fragrance. And at the end of the training session, the people would leave and they would be so motivated to get out and sell that the sales went sky high. So that was really how I got my start in the cosmetics industry. And then from Elizabeth Arden in training, they promoted me to product development for marketing, and then actual marketing. And then from there, I went to Lancome as marketing director for fragrance and men's skincare. And then Tiffany hired me as vice president of marketing, and I developed and launched the Tiffany perfume. So that's actually my background. And then I started my own company called Centerprises, and always created fragrances, beautiful fragrances, wanting to really help people understand the power, the mystery, the magic of perfume. And through marketing and through speaking engagements, I've always been able to really help people understand the beauty, the power, and the magic of fragrance. So let's see. Lee wants to know, what do you suggest for people like me who perfume scene? Oh, that's a great question. So Lee says, what do you suggest for people like me whose perfume seems to disappear quickly? Should I be layering it? Well, yes, but the first thing you have to do, Lee, is make sure that the fragrance that you wear doesn't get overpowered by the bath and body and shower products. So remember, use your body as a canvas, because if your body is, you use shampoo and gel and soap and lotion that all has a fragrance, it's going to overpower your beautiful perfume. So my suggestion always is to wear unscented soap, unscented lotion to moisturize your skin, and unscented shower gel, so that when your body is nice and clean and moisturized, you can then apply your fragrance from the bottom up at the pulse points all over your body, either spray it or pulse points, so that the fragrance lasts and adheres to your moisturized skin or canvas. And that is how your fragrance will last longer. I hope that makes you feel, it gets you to understand that. Um, because the other thing is that fragrance these days doesn't last as long as it used to. I think some of the ingredients are not as strong as they used to, and sometimes fragrances do disappear. So if you can really layer your fragrance on your clean, moisturized, but yet unscented skin, your beautiful perfume will last a lot longer. And then if you have a matching lotion or a matching gel in the same fragrance, then that will certainly you'll be able to layer your fragrance, and it'll be able to last a lot longer. So Rebecca wants to know what makes it balsamic. So balsamic, when I talk about my balsamic vanilla, which is the number 12, this one, the balsamic vanilla is actually from the balsam tree. It's from the balsam from the tree that emits that sort of balsam, that oozes the balsam. And that balsam and that vanilla combines to make a beautiful vanilla. And then we combine it with tonka bean. So, vanilla can be very sweet. It's from the vanilla bean. And when you combine it with the tonka bean, it has a lovely, sweet, not overly sweet, but a very smooth, sensual, subtle kind of sweetness. So that is why my vanilla, the balsamic vanilla, is a very smooth and really beautiful fragrance. So continuing with the scent kit. So this scent kit is has the 18 different fragrances. It comes with the matching blotter strips. And for the scent healing, we also have a video of me helping people go through the entire scent healing process or protocol. And these are all natural, very high quality, beautiful perfumes. And the fragrance is the price on this is the
250.
It's $250. Normally it's $295, but we're doing a special for Talk Shop Live, and there will come a video link with it so that you will have the entire consultation with my video link, which will be sent to you once you order the kit. Then the video link will be automatically sent to you. So this is normally a $650 consultation. The kit is normally $295, but you get it for $250 tonight, Talk Shop Live, with the video link. So if you know anybody who's lost their sense of smell, if anybody that you know is suffering, please let them know that this is an amazing opportunity to get this. These are all natural, high quality perfumes. I've been in the fragrance industry for a long time. I've given you my background. And there is nothing more upsetting when people say, "Oh, I get headaches and I get allergies from fragrances." I will tell you honestly, I have never had one person ever complain of headaches or allergies, because I really believe in quality. I believe in quality products and quality ingredients. And when you smell my beautiful fragrances, when you evaluate them, it will transport you to some beautiful places, because you'll just be able to really enjoy and understand where you're going with them. So we started off we were talking about the balsamic vanilla. Then we have the musk. Now, I don't know how many of you know where musk comes from, but musk actually comes from animals, from the deer or the civet cat. Now, we can't use anything from animals, and so my musk is actually from angelica root and coriander. It's a very sweet, pungent, but not so animalic that smells not so good. But it's got a beautiful, musky, but sweet, clean fragrance. Not so much an um, uh, animalic sort of body odor kind of fragrance. And so the musk is really a beautiful, sweet fragrance. And musk, interestingly, has a very high pitch. You know, when dogs hear certain sounds that we can't hear, it's because their sense of hearing is so acute, it's so attuned to very high pitched sounds. Well, musk has a very high pitched fragrance. And so some people can't even smell musk, even if they can have their sense of smell. So this is the musk. The next one is number 14, which is our oak moss or mossy or patchouli. This is very deep. It's very dark. It's like an enchanted forest. It's an incredible fragrance. It's like the great outdoors. It's very sensual. It's very sexy. It's really a very bold patchouli fragrance, and I call it an enchanted forest. And I happen to love that. It's in my formula. And let's see, any more questions? Yes, we'll talk about that. The next one is the 15, which is the herbaceous note. So this is the herbal, and this is a beautiful lavender fragrance. So lavender is used a lot to calm people in aromatherapy. It's also used a lot in men's fragrances. So the herbal fragrance is number 15. Then we have a number 16, which is the Gentle Floral. Now, Gentle Floral has got sage, cyclamen, frangipani, and it's a really light, gentle floral. It's not a very heavy, overly floral, sweet fragrance. It's a lot of men happen to like the Gentle Floral. Then we have number 17, which is very sporty. It's very outdoors sporty. I call it tonic sport. It's very much like an aftershave, something very sporty for men. You know, juniper berry is what gin is made from. So I call it tonic sport because it's something that you would drink with gin and tonic. So it's sporty, it's refreshing, it's great for men. And then the last one, number 18, is our amber. It's a very sensual, beautiful, smooth, sweet amber fragrance. And for those of you who don't know, amber is short for ambergris. And ambergris comes from the sperm whale. So perfumers have been looking for interesting ingredients for centuries. They travel around the world, they look for the ocean, the cities, the forests. They're always looking around for interesting ingredients. And the story is that perfumers were walking along the beach, and one day they see a bunch of all this yellow sticky stuff washing up on the shore. And they said, "Oh la la, qu'est-ce que c'est? What is this?" And they were smelling it, and it's very sweet and pungent and aromatic. They realized through a lot of research that when the sperm whale, the male whale, swallows and eats the cuttlefish, the bones from the cuttlefish irritate his stomach lining. And what does he want to do? He wants to regurgitate, get rid of it. And that's what happens. It's the washing up or the regurgitation of the sperm whale. Now, interestingly enough, about 3 months ago, there was a story where certain Chinese fishermen actually were on the beach and they came across this huge 30 kilos of ambergris that had washed up on the shore. Well, the price was so huge because you can imagine how much has to wash up on the shore to make something worthwhile. It was over $1 million that they were able to get the ambergris for. So again, we don't use anything from animals, and my ambergris is from a sweet amber plant, but not from animals. But in the old days, they actually used to use ambergris from plants. So that is our scent healing. This is the way we have been able to help people regain their sense of smell by taking the beautiful complex perfumes, evaluating them one by one with the matching blotter strips so that they're actually able to identify and smell the ingredients. Because when people have lost their sense of smell, it is devastating. People absolutely are upset, they get angry, they get so upset that they can't enjoy life, they can't enjoy food. Some people actually put on a ton of weight because they try and eat everything to try and regain their sense of smell and taste. And some people have no interest in food whatsoever, and so they lose weight. And I've had so many of my clients tell me how devastated they are. I'm very excited to tell you that I'm actually now working with being working with two wonderful neuroscientists, and I'm working with Dr. Mila Emerald, who is an amazing neuroscientist, and she has supported the work that I'm doing. I'm very honored and very excited to say that we're actually working on a book together, and it's going to be all about helping people regain and rediscover their sense of smell. And we also are going to be doing some very interesting clinical trials with some major neuroscientists. So all this to tell you that our sense of smell is really our really very powerful sense. And when people have lost it, they are devastated. I am so fortunate to have been able to help people. And I tell everybody I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, but I know the power of perfume. And when we have been able to help people regain their sense of smell, it has been a breakthrough. And I just want to read some of the things that we've said, that we've heard from people. Um, Sue, I've basically regained my sense of smell, and it's been a miracle. And when people can smell again, they get happy, they get excited, they get to be, involved in society again and socialization. Because everything that we do in society is revolving around food. Our food, our celebrations, let's meet for lunch, for breakfast, for dinner, for occasions. And if people can't really enjoy life and they can't smell and they can't taste, then they want to opt out of society. So if anybody has any questions, if anybody has any friends or family members that they know have lost their sense of smell, please let them know that there is some help. Again, I can't make any guarantees, but I will tell you I have helped over 105 people so far really regain their sense of smell. And when they can smell again, it's just a miracle. So I'm so happy to share that with you. So our scent kit tonight, the scent kit comes with the 18 different perfume blends. And when you order it, you will also get a link to a scent healing consultation journey with me, which I do normally in person if people come to me or we meet on Zoom. So now we're able to actually have the sense healing kit, as well as actually work with people on Zoom. And if you would like to get the scent healing consultation, you get the scent kit and you get these consultation on a video link. Yes, so this is all about tonight is all about our scent healing journey and the power of perfume. And I'm so excited to be here again tonight. For those of you who are just coming on, I am Sue Phillips, and I have created fragrances for many, many top companies: Burberry, Tiffany, Avon. I love perfume. I'm passionate about fragrance. I love to create fragrances for individuals. We do corporate events, team building events. Um, we actually have done some very interesting sensory events where we combine all the senses, and we actually help people understand the power of perfume through fragrance and through innovative, interesting, fun, interactive, entertaining events where we combine the fragrance with food, with wine, with music, so that people can get a feeling of all the sensory aspects. And our most powerful sense is our sense of smell. Why? Because it's the one sense that connects our olfactive memory, our olfactive um, brain here, with our limbic system. So our olfactory nerve system connects directly to the limbic system, and that is where the seat of emotion and memories lies. So when you smell something, what you smell at the time connects immediately to the occasion or the person or the memory. And what happens is you land up associating the aroma with the person or the occasion or the mood. And so that is why our sense of smell is so powerful. And when you lose your sense of smell through COVID, through anosmia, or through various different viral issues, it is devastating. So a friend of mine contacted me to say that about 5 years ago, he actually lost his sense of smell because he got skunked, that he got sprayed by a skunk, and the spray landed up in his mouth. And that was pretty awful. And as a result, he was not able to smell at all for about 5 years. We met via Zoom online, and he got the scent kit, and I was able to take him through the scent healing journey. And that day, he was able to smell 4 or 5 of the blends. He continued to practice, and in 3 weeks, he's been able to smell all of them. So that's pretty powerful. Again, I make no claims that I can help everybody, but I've helped many, many people regain and rediscover their sense of smell. Now, one of the symptoms of COVID has been obviously loss of smell and taste. And the only really positive aspect of COVID is that there has now been an acceleration and an awareness of how important our sense of smell is. And from the second we're born, we smell. It's the most normal, automatic thing. And when people lose their sense of smell through COVID or other viral issues or pneumonia or any kind of really severe accidents, it's devastating. And so I've been very happy and very grateful and very humble to have helped many, many people. So this is what I love to do. I love to help people really understand and really appreciate their sense of smell. So let's see if we have any other um, questions. Yes. So Lee wants to know, what is my favorite smell? I have so many, Lee. All of these fragrances that I've developed are like my children. I love them all. But the interesting thing is that I happen to love a combination of um, beautiful florals and some woodsy notes, spicy notes, and the beautiful patchouli. I like a sort of bold, floral, oriental, woodsy fragrance. I'm tall. I do happen to love floral notes, but I happen to like them mixed up with fragrances. So the other day I was actually walking home and somebody contacted me and tapped me on the shoulder. And I turned around. So in New York City, when somebody taps you on the shoulder, it can get a little, you get a little nervous. And this person was dressed all in, winter coat and winter hood and glasses, and I didn't know if it was a man or a woman. But the person said to me, "What are you wearing?" And I said, "Well, this is my fragrance. This is what I do. It's my business." And the person said, "Oh, it is amazing. I followed you for 2 blocks." I said, "Really?" Couldn't believe it. So the person said to me, "What is it? I have to have it." And I took out the fragrance, which was in this package with my atomizer, and I sprayed it. And the person said, "Do you have a card?" So I found a card in my bag. I sprayed the card and I gave it to the person. Well, 2 hours later, I get a call from a very deep voice and said, "Hello, this is Odell. I'm the man you gave the fragrance to." I said, "You were a man?" I didn't realize it because you were so bundled up with a coat and a hat and a fur coat and glasses. And I didn't know it was a woman. It looked like, I thought it was a woman, not a man. And the person, he said, "I just love the fragrance. It was beautiful." So the fragrance trail that left me, that he smelled, was what we call sillage. Sillage is like the trail. That's the beautiful aroma that trails behind you when you wear it, almost like the wake of a boat. So when a motorboat goes in the ocean, the wake that it leaves is the trail. So we call it sillage. It's the French word for trail. And there's nothing more sort of feminine or sexy or even wonderful when a man wears a fragrance and you identify and you smell it and you say, "Who is wearing that fragrance? I love that fragrance." So that is my fragrance, and it is a combination of floral, woodsy, a hint of spicy, and this deep, beautiful patchouli note. So it's very bold, it's very complex, and it's very, very unique. And I call it One Night in December because I actually created it in December. So you can even wear it in January or February or March. um, So I am Sue Phillips, and I'm delighted to meet you here. I'd like to speak to all of you. And if you have any questions, please write to me or contact me, or I'm here. I'd be happy to talk about, answer all your questions. I am here talking about my scent healing kit tonight. This is the beautiful scent healing kit. So this is a fragrance kit that has 18 of my perfumes. These are high quality, beautiful perfumes. So the difference between perfume, eau de parfum, eau de toilette, and eau de cologne is the concentration. A fragrance that is really highly concentrated, which means has the most ingredients in the formula, is perfume. And the more you dilute it with water and alcohol, the less concentrated it becomes. So the highest concentration is perfume, then it's eau de parfum, then eau de toilette, and then eau de cologne. So even though a lot of people say, oh, men like colognes and women like perfumes, the only difference between the perfume and the eau de toilette and the eau de cologne is the concentration. Now, the reason they say so many men like cologne is because I think there was a fragrance called 4711. I don't know how many of you remember that, but it was actually from Dusseldorf, from the city of Cologne, and it was created, I think, in the 1700s. And it was used by the monks who created this fragrance to be refreshing and very sort of uplifting. And a lot of the monks wore it, so it was used for men. So now, from a marketing standpoint, people say colognes are for men and perfumes are for women, which actually is incorrect. Men can wear perfumes too, and women can wear colognes. It's just a question of concentration. So the kit is with our beautiful perfumes, which is the highest form of ingredients. It is the most concentrated. So these are pure perfumes. They are high quality. They are natural. They are beautifully fragranced, and they span the entire olfactive palette from the light to the medium to the dark. There are 18 fragrances: the citrus, the green, the aldehydic, fruity, ozonic, fresh floral, floral, rose floral, heady floral. We have the spicy notes. We have the sandalwood, then the beautiful vanilla, the musky, the patchouli. Then I have the herbaceous notes, the herbals. Then we have the musky, and then the pretty amber and tonic sport and the herbaceous. I think I've probably got one or two in the wrong order, but there are 1 to 18. Each fragrance has its matching blotter strip, and each fragrance, the key chart is over here. You can see the names, number 1 to 18, and it gives you a description and the name. And when you do the scent healing, the idea is for you to actually smell with your brain, to try and identify each fragrance so that you take the fragrance itself and you take the matching blotter strip. It's number 1, and you dip it. Oh, this is lovely. This is very fresh. This is very sporty. Very lively and very citrusy. So each fragrance can be identified, and it's a way of smelling with your brain so that at the end you're able to identify pretty much all of the fragrances. And this is how people can land up actually learning how to regain and rediscover their sense of smell. One of the things that I like to tell people is that, you know, when you first wear fragrance, it's usually something for an occasion, a birthday, as a gift from a loved one, for an anniversary. But you can also wear fragrance for yourself. In this day and age of selfies and of branding, We are each a brand, and each of us reflects our own brand persona. How we look, how we sound, how we smell, and how we come off to people. And so I always say to people, why wear what everybody else wears when you can create your own? So the scent healing kit is not only just for people who have lost their sense of smell, but if you're interested in creating your own fragrance, this is a wonderful kit to really discover the enchantment of beautiful perfumes so that you can ultimately decide which fragrances you like and you can combine them. You can take a citrus, a floral, a spicy, and a woodsy, and you can take the matching blotter strips and say, let's see, how do these smell? And you can create something beautiful and then decide which ones you want and let us know, and we'll create a fragrance and send it to you. So this kit can be a dual purpose kit, not only to regain and rediscover your sense of smell, but also to create a fabulous perfume. This is also a great idea for a gift. You can send this to a friend for a gift to help them discover and enjoy the magic and the mystery of perfume. And then also to really discover your own perfume. What does your fragrance say about you? Are you a woodsy? Are you fresh? Are you floral? Are you spicy? What kind of fragrance do you love? So we are coming to the end of our scent discovery tonight. I'm so happy to have met you all again and talk to you. And thank you for coming on again, Chloe and Alex and Leah and Emily and Lee and Rebecca and so many people here. It's so lovely to see you all. Joe and Henrietta and Chloe. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope that you will join me again the next time we are on Talk Shop Live. And if you have any questions, please feel free to write and also to let people know that they can really rediscover and regain their sense of smell. So thank you so much, everybody, for a wonderful opportunity to be here again. Fragrant wishes. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Take care.